This week, the focus for Class 4 is on measures of development. Below are the analysis questions to think about before watching and listening to this clip. What data can we collect information about for our students? And how can the data gleaned from assessments inform instruction? The influences on the development of a child include how early childhood educators understand that knowledge about a child's development, and unique characteristics are influenced by their family life, school life, and their environment. Reflective educators establish engaging and inclusive social and physical environments for children to explore and grow. The purposes of assessing young children are to identify what students know, their prior knowledge, identify students' strengths and needs, identify students' interests. Assist in designing inclusive programs that engage, encourage, and provide space for exploration of understanding with program and educator support. Assessments in early childhood educational settings are important for both educators and families. Families can communicate with educators about their children's progress and learning with a common vocabulary and set of standards. Families can also use assessments to make home-to-school connections. For example, how are different learning strategies working in the home and in the school? Educators use assessment to inform instructional design and implementation, to communicate with parents, to identify whether programs and services are meeting the needs of students, and to review reports for program recommendations. There are a plethora of developmental assessment tools that exist and are used by professionals such as occupational therapists, educational psychologists, speech and language pathologists, and at times educators. The selected tool will depend upon what the professional is interested in measuring. For example, educators may use a tool such as PM benchmarks to assess decoding and fluency in reading at the beginning of the school year, while speech and language pathologists might use the Phonological Awareness and Literacy Screening, PALS, to assess articulation and phonology. Below are some common measures of development. This week in tutorial, each of you will examine and present an assessment tool. So as a group of educators, we will begin to familiarize ourselves with a variety of tools that exist and the information that we may glean from them. Measures of risk. Other factors that can influence the development of a child include measures of risk. Professionals, such as social workers, have always assessed risk as part of their work by using their clinical judgment and experience. Structured risk assessment promotes improved accuracy and consistency in identifying children at high risk for severe future maltreatment. Severe maltreatment typically refers to acts that endanger the physical health and safety of a child. The physical and environmental risks are to be taken into consideration when understanding measures of risk for a child. Biological risks include a biological component that may predispose an individual to risk, and environmental risks can include such elements as poverty, child abuse because of an addicted or dysfunctional family member, family beliefs that prohibit needed medication or medical treatment, and the inaccessibility of medical care for families who live in remote areas. Resiliency is the ability to recover from a damaging or traumatic event, while vulnerability is the lack of ability to recover from a damaging or traumatic experience. Allen and Langford share how child care professionals who interact with children daily are in a unique position to promote optimism and resiliency. The achievement of good developmental outcomes, according to resilience research, includes protective personal qualities such as social competence, easy temperament, mastery orientation, family cohesiveness, and positive school experience. Consider this question. What is your duty to report as an early childhood educator? These answers are in the link to the Children's Aid Society e-poster on the duty, the reasons, and the responsibility of us as educators. Your synthesis questions for this clip include, how can educators support resilience? And how can educators use evaluative tools to support programming? Arrive in this week's tutorial prepared to present your evaluative tool. Post your presentation to the Learning Measurement System. Thank you.